Why, hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Academy League stream for Makeup versus with Deadlock versus Nick Lovers. Today I have two co-hosts with IPS and Stormy. Why don't you guys say hi?
Yo,
Very enthusiastic opening.
the enthusiastic opening ever, and our boy IPS is dead. So
That sucks.
trying to probably he should do
Am I
texting
here?
maybe. There you go.
There you
There
go.
he is. He's
All
alive
right, there we go.
and well.
Hey yo.
Sometimes I gotta mess with this thing to make it work. But hello, everyone. What's up?
Don't worry. Definitely just some mic issues. That's all. Well, you guys want to go ahead and move on to the map modes?
Yeah, definitely.
Sir,
So, we got Wahoo World on Clamblitz, Sturgeon Shipyard on Rainmaker, Skipper Pavilion Splat Zones, Piranha Pit Tower Control, and Mako Mart Clamblitz. Any any stages you guys want to rat out in particular? Likes, dislikes?
Uh, Honestly, I would love to see a game 4 and 5 because Piranha Pit TC and Makamar Clamblitz are definitely like really fun maps to watch. Makamar Clamblitz like pushes can happen really quickly. Like you could score at the enemy's basket that get wiped, but even if you make a good push, you'll just lose lead in like 5 seconds. If you get wiped, they'll just come back to your basket and instantly score. The
Mm-hmm.
Piranha Pit TC, it's like all the checkpoints are like fighting areas. Like you got a checkpoint around left side, and then you have a checkpoint right side. Like they're all around the area where the enemy team gets out of spawn. There's a lot of fights. Meanwhile, like you look at these other maps, and they're more like you play more defensive, like Skipper Pavilion spot zones. You get control, and you kind of just play from bottom and spam your specials to hold zone.
Yeah, really.
So it's going to be basically kind of a stalemate war in Skipper Pavilion. But yeah, Stormy, what do you think?
I agree with everything that I'm looking more forward to Sturgeon Shipyard Rainmaker because I feel like that's one of the best map in all contents for Rainmaker because I kind of like the Rainmaker maps where it's hard for you to get a push off and is really easy to play defensive. So I'm interested on that match because I'm a big fan of Rainmaker and I love aggressive teams. I love seeing really aggressive teams, and on that map is no exception. You have to play really well offense in order to win. So I would love to see mainly like some like strong weapons go like maybe a Spoof 7, a T Tech, K Pro. Like maybe
Ooh.
see that combination come out.
I
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like Sploosh 7 would be that good though, cause like Hammer wouldn't really be the best for the amount of height the stage offers, in my opinion.
Throw it. You get some cool throws in. Hammer's a lot more useful than people make it out to be, especially if you're
Yeah,
good at it.
Yeah,
I definitely
if you
understand
get
that part.
you get you get good movement, you could definitely like if you get that top left on the straight, unless like the enemy team has a splatling or a weapon that can fire fast enough to get shots through like the hammer. The hammer's just gonna go right through there, and there's nothing you can. You just have to back up. So if it gets in position, hammer can actually be really deadly on that map. And you can still push sponge. You can still push right. Like you don't only need to push left in this map. It depends on the opportunity. It's one of those maps where, depending on the how the enemy team positions themselves or where you get the kills, that's where you push.
I feel like Sponge is so
But
underutilized on that map. Like,
it's really difficult to get through there since there's like a lot of it can be easily contested. But if you do get through there, it is fat points. But maybe we should take a look at our teams now.
all right.
See, yeah,
So first off, we got Deadlock. All right.
yeah.
Your opinions? Stormy.
I I feel like Deadlock should be winning this set. I feel like this. I'm
Right.
sorry. I feel like Deadlock should be winning this set. To be honest, because they're a really aggressive team all around. Like last time I saw them was during that Outcast Ninja set where they barely lost 3-2, but they played really well overall. Like I can't wait to see Nathan back in that junior Juan back in those Tetris. Well, not necessarily just Tatsu on those Tetris maybe, and Fusion is a pretty good backliner, so it should be really exciting to see.
Yeah, definitely. Uh,
Another thing I'd like to know is Deadlock got Ian recently, so that's
ooh,
actually a really good addition to their roster.
ooh.
He was formerly on Eternal, but I know he's actually pretty decent Slash player, so having him is definitely a plus for them. But maybe we should look at Thick Thigh Lovers for a second, give them some attention too.
All right. So now we got TTL, and how about you take over this one, IPS? Actually, before we do that, thank you, Roger Boy, ooh woo, for the follow.
Thank
So
you.
TTL right now, they're actually playing with someone named Mystic, who I think came back from a break. But honestly, right now they're the underdogs in this set. Like they gotta win this set to even have playoff hopes. Like if they lose this set, that's it. Because next week they don't have a set because of the Team Fighters drop earlier in the season. So if they lose here, that's done. Like that's their season over. So this is gonna be a very important set for them. They definitely have to try hard here and try to get this win. But it's definitely gonna be tough for them against a team like Deadlock, who pretty much has gone toe to toe with like Outcast Ninjas, which is one of the best teams right now in Academy. So
Mhm.
it's not looking too good for them.
Indeed, but do you guys think that with their backs against the wall, they'll play a lot better? And I'm not saying that as in they're going to win because to beat Deadlock, they have to play like 3 times above their skill level. Do you think with their backs against the wall that they can pull it off?
I th I think I'll definitely be hard, but I feel like they at least like maybe steal like a game or two, in my opinion. Like it's a
Mm,
possibility.
possibly.
If they
Um,
somehow win, it's going to be crazy. And if Deadlock loses, I'm going to be highly disappointed. I have more fun.
yeah. I think
Well,
we can probably get started with letting them choose their weapons and such, unless you're ready to put that in.
we are currently waiting for 50 seconds.
Ah, all right. Well, Stormy, wait, so yeah, first map is going to be,
Clam
I
Blitz on
believe,
Wahoo.
Wahoo, Clan Blitz Wahoo.
Oh,
Right, Stormy, what do
ew.
you think we're going to see there?
Like
I
I mean
actually don't mind Clan
I,
Blitz Wahoo.
I don't
I
hate
think it's
it.
actually
I mean
alright.
I don't hate it. It's just like one of the more annoying Clan Blitz maps to be honest. I do expect to see Fusion come out on that Hydra, because Hydra can be pretty there if they can play it right. I expect to, as far as armor weapons, maybe a 96 if they can use it because the range helps with, but mainly Junior obviously. K
Mm,
Pro, and if they're in CDS, if Tatsu's playing CDS, remember we saw him on that CDS back
yeah.
in Akaninja set, and he played pretty well. I don't think we talk about Tatsu. He is a pretty good CDS
Oh
player,
yeah,
and I
definitely
think
from what I've seen.
yeah, indeed, and I've seen Booze in ring. I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't think he's playing, but
He left, unfortunately, I believe.
Well,
he did. Well,
I can
I was
confirm
just gonna
that
say
there
he
is a
plays.
DC on the side of TTL.
Yeah, before
Oh,
match started, right?
Yup.
All
well,
right. Well, I guess
well,
we
it's
reset
fine.
room. Yeah, we reset room, and yeah, it's fine. So before the game even starts, so it's not any issue. We just gotta reset the room.
not
Yeah, it's fine.
the game already started,
All right, then
but
let them KO.
yeah,
Yeah.
Deadlock go ahead and KO, and it seems like TTL is going along with it. So
I
they
Yeah,
mean,
that's
clearly
hey,
read up on their DC rules.
even more time to talk about Wahoo Clan Blitz. Now,
Yay!
yeah.
honestly, two weapons I'm thinking about right now. Okay, so I already know Fusion is a Splatling player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so of course he's gonna play Splatling, but one Splatling I think is really really strong here. Honestly, is Ballpoint because
Agreed.
yeah, a lot of people kind of downplay Ballpoint since the nurse, but it's actually like still really really strong.
Yeah,
It's just not busted.
I used to main it like
Mm,
a little while ago before I just kind of fell off.
mm. But basically, like if you can get control of mid, you just kind of just sit around there running around. You're able to abuse your range to pretty much shoot over to the other team's plat. You can place beacons in mid and in carousel to get your team jumps. And rain basically also covers all of mid and all of plat. So it's like it actually just is a really good weapon for that map. So it will be interesting to see one of those come out, but I haven't never seen Fusion play it, I believe. So I don't know if we'll see one. Another weapon that is, in my opinion, really good on Clan Blitz Wahoo, but I don't think will get played. I don't think either team has one. Is an Explosher. Like
Ooh.
a lot of
Really?
people, a lot of people actually underestimate Explosher. That thing is really really good. My team, right? Chewits Mafia. We're a 5-man team, right? We didn't have a back, but one of our teammates net died for like a whole month, so we needed to do tryouts, and we got a backline player named Kenshin, right?
Uh-huh.
He doesn't play Charger. He doesn't play Splatlings. He doesn't play none of that. He plays Exfil, Bamboo, and C-Jet.
Oh,
That's what we have him
beautiful.
on.
All right, well,
And
gameplay is finally starting,
Mhm.
so let's get on to that.
All right, nice. But yeah, I could just talk about my Expo stuff later.
All right.
Oh, I see.
Just
Yeah.
nerd out about that.
So let's look at their comps here. It's going to be interesting to see what these two teams play.
As you talked about, the Explosher. In the ball point, you called it.
I just know, dude.
Yo,
But right
IPS
on the
is
side of Deadlock, we also did 96. You were kind of talking about Stormy, and yeah, that
Yes.
Explosher, the Explosher, which is a bit more of the unpopular one, but can still be really good with those bubbles. And of course, there's the Slosher and the Tetras coming from Tatsu and Ian. And then meanwhile, on the side of the Skylevers, we got that ballpoint. So, that's going to be really good for this map to keep that control. And we also have a splat. Other than that, they actually have pretty short-range shooter weapons with the Zap, Splash, and Octo Shot. So, definitely right now, TTL's going to have to use their special a bit more to actually get control, as winning fights for them is going to be a bit harder. Tatsu, you're going to pick on Cosmic, but he himself is going to go down to Mystic on that Splash. And right now, Stormy, we're just kind of seeing some kind of mid-fight, people going down on both sides, nothing really happening too much.
Yeah, it seems like it's a game of tug of war and a lot of fights in the middle.
Oh,
but
yeah,
as we see,
getting a
Mystic
double.
gets a double. Mystic coming back from his break, popping off. And right now, Thick Dot Lovers has the advantage, but what they need to do now is put pressure on their side. They're not being aggressive enough. Mystic is doing an amazing job at here on that splash, but his teammates need to pop special, need to push up and get their push going. I feel like they have a lot of clans
They
in
have
there's
armor
a
and
DC.
inkjet, and
There's a DC on the side of on the side of Deadlock.
well, the thing is, they
That's
actually
sad.
DC'd like the last game after the DC on TTL.
So
Well,
yeah, they can
God.
if they let they're gonna
Yeah.
replay it. Yeah.
Alright.
Well, TTL's got to go score. they don't got anyone stopping them, but yeah, it's going to be replay.
Yeah,
But
they're going.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
as you were saying
TTL getting an amazing push. Whoa, down to 59
Oh my
already.
God, they're going.
Correct.
Yo, they're going at it. They're so good. Look at them go, guys. Look at them go. They're
Fresh,
throwing the
really
clams
good
in,
for the
and they. Oh my
Oh
God,
my
look at this.
gosh.
Deadlock is so
Oh my
scared.
gosh.
They don't even want to try to get. They're standing right in front. They're not even trying to stop them. Oh my God, TTO is so good.
Deadlock, get your
Are they
hands out
gonna
of the
go for
clouds.
it? They're gonna
TTL
get
is
it.
Fresh
Are they
coming
gonna
with
go
his
for
last two
KO?
clams.
Teammates in
Oh my
stone.
gosh.
But yeah, but like as you're saying there, Stormy, I feel like TTL might have been waiting for like that the bridge to come out. But I feel like on this map, a mistake a lot of teams do, right? Especially low level teams like these, is they wait for that bridge. Like, bro, there's like the rest of the map to push by. You don't gotta wait for bridge. Especially if you got Bomb Rush and like Inkjet, you could just go down that left side, pop the Inkjet over the plat, and have that like Inkjet take care of plat, and just use Bomb Rush to get in through left. Because if you start going left as well, that means other than the back line, the rest of the other team is also going to go to your side. So there you're going to have an easier fight as well. So yeah, that's definitely one thing. Just never force yourself to have to wait for a bridge, because the worst thing you could do in Clam Blitz with like 20, 30 clams is like stall
Not
out. Because
push.
You stall. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
because if you stagger, then you're going to do a persistence on Black Belly and get wiped and lose the game. And you
Oh
don't want
my
that.
God, you just straight calling us out. Okay,
Yo.
my God. I see
Look,
how it
man,
is. But
We're bringing
I
up
mean,
the
he's not.
Yep.
He bringing up the old time with persistence. But I mean, he's not lying. I mean, he's not lying. You don't have to force yourself to go to top. Go to top because I'm gonna be because honestly, I feel like even though pushes from top are easier, pushes from bottom can be just as easy, especially with the right amount of pressure, as you mentioned that bomb rush can control the bottom really well and keep your enemies to the left or right side. You can pretty much score from like the middle or from like the right side. And as far as the top, like you mentioned, that inkjet, just come over the top and boom, just move them down there with the bomb rush, and y'all can, and the team can pincer them and get a wipe, and then pretty much you have your game right there.
Yeah. Another thing, right? This was talking about Explo, but another thing I want to say about Explo, right? The main thing about Explo that has an advantage over like many other backline is usually when you think about it, right? A lot of backlines have to at least peak to get picks. Like Char's got to peak,
Mm-hmm.
C-Jet's got to peak, Bamboo's got to peak, Heavy's got to peak. Uh, Everyone's got to peak, right? And okay, actually, wait one sec before I go on. I'm getting asked a
Well,
question.
actually,
Team captains.
we
Oh
are
yeah,
heading into our next in theory match. Whoa, it's Clam Blitz Wahoo? Who would have guessed?
Indeed. And
yeah,
so we're gonna see the same comps come out because
yeah.
that's
Yeah, but as I
automatic.
was saying with Expo, right? Like if you can get in position behind walls, you could just slosh up the walls and Expo's surprisingly long range and like area of effect damage. So literally you can just slosh from behind a wall and get picks, get paint, pressure their team, and it can be kind of busted at times. But either way, right now we see mid. Unfortunately, Toss does go down to a bomb, and that's gonna make Deadlock back up here as a clam is made by the by TTL. And right now, TTL again with the advantage here, and Bridge is coming out for them, so they do have the option to push that there. But right now, Ian trying to push them back, but isn't going to get much there as Fresher is going to charge armor. He
There it
has
is.
armor at the ready, but isn't going to use it yet.
There we are.
He does pop
I think
armor.
All three specials popped by TTL. This will
Going in.
probably
You do
be a
get
massive
Tatsu.
push. Well,
You
actually,
get Tatsu
never mind.
next here. Try and defend. Yeah. Right now, Cosmic going in with the rest of the clams. Nathan behind them. Maybe because it does get Cobb, and that's going to be the push hit for TTL. Not a bad first push, especially against a team like Deadlock, getting down to 60. But if not defended properly by TTL, like that lead's going to go away in like 2 seconds.
Tatsu really going in there and getting two jump ins, and they both get in the clam, but it does get the wipe. So that is only 1 point behind. That
I
really
think
does suck.
I think the
That
play
was
they were
not
going
worth.
for was to maybe shorten their penalty, not really get up a massive push. Maybe they want to take their time with another push, and as you can see, they're getting a pick score, and you see Fusion here on this exposure controlling middle as they got to bot up this bomb rush, and I don't know, like Dick Dollovers definitely are playing a lot stronger than what we're used to seeing. Maybe because of a different
definitely.
roster, but as I say that, we see
Three
A
of them
lot
go
Tatsu
down.
come in
stronger than
and
we're
three of them
seeing.
go down. Yeah, and
Right
this could be
now,
another push for Deadlock. They can make a power
Deadlock,
clam.
Deadlock can definitely make a bigger push and make it, but a flank and I think from the splash, Fusion X is going to be able to get the clam in, but
But no one's
no
around
other
to really
clams coming from his
capitalize.
teammates. Yeah.
There will be a
Right now,
smaller
Deadlock is
penalty
just
though.
yeah, unfortunately, Tusk can go down in front. But right now, Deadlock is making very, just quick power plant pushes. You can't do that. Especially at, even at a lower level, that's just not going to work. This is, the first thing you learn about It's the first thing you learn about Clam Blitz. First thing you learn about Clam Blitz is that you can't be making pushes like that. You gotta come together, get the picks, use your specials, and make a big push. You can't just, jump in with power clam, expect everything to work out fine, because that's, in cases like that right now, TTL still has the lead and kind of has control, and, Deadlock's just been throwing power clams in without much coming out of it.
Yeah, I think one thing I want to talk about is that we talked about how they recently added Ian to their roster. Do you think that they kind of rushed to play with him? Because it doesn't look like they have much coordination with him. As I see Ian going off doing things on his own and not really correlating well with the team. And I think that could be a big issue, But we see Fusion here get 2 picks. Look like that might not matter as Fusion here on his backliner is putting in a lot of work as you talk about with that exposure, able to control airs and get a lot of picks. He has bubbles at the ready, and this could be another push of Deadlock.
Yeah, they're getting the push in right now as the ball points last one alive, trying to stop Fusion here, but Fusion can use his bubbles really well. And this the big push coming in from Deadlock right now. Fusion's going to go back to some clamps now. They are down to the 32, and the flat push is definitely not over. Now all TTL's back from respawn. One of them does go down, maybe two now from Cosmic. Not
And
yet.
only
Fusion's
Fusion
still
is alive. Oh, well.
And he does go down. And
Dead.
down to 17. That right there is a clam blitz push. And right now, 1 minute left. TTL is going to need a power clam and a lot more to be able to get this lead back. But, you know, right now, the Fusion, like I said, that exposure on this map, I'm telling you, it is really, really, really good at just keeping that control. And Top's getting that pick there on that auto shot. Good pick by him. So, Stormy, what do you think right now TTL is going to need to do to actually get back in here and get the big push going?
This ball point on the side of Deadlock needs to be more aggressive. He's just kind of sitting back there. He needs to abuse his abilities on this map and find picks on players like Tatsu here, able to just scoot up without any. He's not getting punished for playing dangerous, and that's a ball point's job is to punish players for doing stuff like that, and that's why they're struggling.
Yeah, definitely one way to counter Tetris is to stop them from playing their game, which is playing dangerous. But right now, Tatsu getting stopped there finally, but the rest of that game he was doing whatever he wanted. But there is a power climb at the ready for TTL. Cosmic here is just going to go in, no competition.
Oh,
gets
but
the power climb.
Wow.
Man.
After
Very
the third
unfortunate there.
replay, Deadlock finally gets the W.
You know,
They just-
not a blowout by all means.
I believe that was 17 to 59.
Yeah,
So,
17-59.
Nothing too horrendous. But
Indeed,
So,
they just snuck in at the end with that power. Honestly, not even I saw it come. A little bit
yeah.
of slack for Dick Dollar. You have to be aware of that.
it
Yeah,
may
it's-
be good. It may be like influential to push in, but that also means you're only leaving 3 people to protect your basket there.
Yeah, I think there definitely what happened is that maybe a 1 or 2 went down the side of thick thigh lovers except the power, and basically they just kind of saw Deadlock just kind of saw a chance. All right, let's just push him before they can even do anything to stop overtime, and that's what they did. And meanwhile, you had someone from thick thigh lovers try to run in to get a jump, but that is just not gonna cut it. Like if 2 of your teammates go down and they're about to push in to get their clam in and stop the game, you got to defend that first, and you don't got much time. You got to go in there, kill them, and move yourself. But it's really difficult, especially in a mode like clams where the overtime is timed. But yeah,
We are now currently waiting on Rainmaker Sturgeon. I feel like we've already went pretty in depth on that. But
I think one thing I need to point out, and I think this is for Toon players in general, is that overtime push is like the best that comes out from like that overtime push always. And I wish is that Splatoon players that we could play like that for the entire match.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are
So-
starting up.
Yeah, looking at their comps here, we see the Nautilus coming out of Fusion AX. Yeah, pretty much. Deadlock coming out with a very aggro no back comp. They got Missile Swasher as well with the junior, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be a very aggressive comp. Meanwhile, on the side of TTL, we see a more safer comp with the heavy for Ray and also the Splash and Zap and Bro. So I believe very two different games here. As TTL does get the first picks, and actually three down. Junior's last one left. TTL is gonna get the first push in this game as Fresh is gonna go off. He's one, but Nathan's not gonna be able to get that pick. He's gonna have to pop armor as Todd's gonna have to come in here and try something Rainmaker. He doesn't stop the Rainmaker. Ian's gonna try something. Ian gets to stop on the Rainmaker. Good stop by him. And he also pretty much stops the rest of the push here as he try to bomb rush. If he get the pop, Splash still last one left on the side of TTL, and that push is gonna be over, even though that bomb rush did come out. But
That was a beautiful push coming out from TTL.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, like this is the best I have seen Dick Dollar play this entire walk to point season. So They're playing really great platoon right now, and if they play like this the entire season, who knows what could have happened?
Ooh, oh,
Yeah, honestly, they're spectator lag, huh? Yeah,
I
right now,
guess.
Fusion coming in here, getting the heavy there. Last one left is just fresh, and delay wipe there as the pro is about to move out for Spawn. Nate here is about to be able to get the lead here. He's going to get it. Heavy's coming from Spawn, and that's going to be a push 16. Deadlock pushing right back at TTL, as TTL now is going to be back playing to get lead again.
Tatsu
Tatsu
going
is
down
going to
to
go
Cabo.
down.
And, oh,
See,
Cabo getting the double.
You see, definitely a thing I want to point out here. I was trying to say earlier, unfortunately, just plays happen. But these two teams are trying to.
What happened there?
That's that. 2-0 for Deadlock.
What the heck? I didn't even know he was there.
My.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. I got scared for TikTok over. That scared me. I was like, oh, okay. Wow.
I legitimately like, I would be kicking myself right now if I was on TTL for missing the
Oh
jump in.
yeah. You have to make sure that when the team pushes in and they get you to that point, and you're ready to push back out. If you're gonna leave that rainmaker there, you gotta make sure there's nobody waiting around, and that everybody, unless everybody on the other team is dead, then you can do that. But for the most part, you can't do that if everyone from the other team is still alive, and they can just. I didn't even see them. They just didn't check any paint spots. So. That's just an L, that's a massive L on the side of Thick Dollar, as they were honestly playing really well at the beginning, and lo and behold, that just happened. So that's a kick to the stomach. That's a kick where it hurts to your confidence.
They made such an amazing push at the beginning, too.
Yeah, what I was actually saying there before, kind of just things happen, but basically, right, Deadlock is playing a no back comp, right? That means they're going to play a lot more aggressive, a lot more risky, a lot more just messy, right? Because you saw there in their push, they just straight up punched TTL right. Yeah, they just punched TTL right in the jaw. Like they just went. Meanwhile, TTL with their backline comp, they're playing like more, classic Rainmaker you would have seen like 2 years ago. Just waiting for the starting picks at the beginning to make your push. When you die, back out. Meanwhile, with no back comp, usually you might have one or two people with quick respawn, maybe one person with quick respawn. But in general, you're playing fast, you're playing quick, you're playing risky, you're playing to make those quick plays, the quick wins. And on a mode like Rainmaker, a no back comp is actually superior nowadays in some cases, especially
it would make a lot of sense because like the Rainmaker kind of replaces like a backliner anyways, and like if that backliner is running like respawn Punisher, like you're not gonna really want to touch it. Well, we are moving on to Skipper Pavilion Splat Zones. So let's see what comes out here.
So yeah, this is the map I mentioned before. This map, once one team gets control, they can easily just spam bombs and specials to stall out. And Explo, that is a busted weapon on this map, especially paired with Machine and Fizzies. I'll tell you that right now.
Wow.
Yeah, Deadlock definitely got the superior comp in my eyes.
Yeah, you see, if Deadlock gets control, TTL is going to struggle to get back in. They're not going to be able to get zone because all that Deadlock is going to do is going to spam explosive shots in zone with Fizzies up the top mid, and yeah, TTL's not going to be able to do anything. But as I say that, choose the situation right now.
It's coming out from TTL.
As you said about like the comp, it kind of happened there at the beginning. It's just Deadlock didn't play well enough at that time and moment to make it happen. But they still have advantage with this comp, and they just have so much area pressure over these ledges, and it's going to be really hard for TTL to fight off that as they use the splashdown bubble combination there. And they're just finding assists and picks, and 3 down on the side of TikTok Lovers, and that's going to be a wipe.
Yeah, right now this is where this comp is going to come in and shine. You got Fizzies, you got Explosher. Literally, if TTL tries to push zone, all you need to do is just spam zone shots to the zone, spam Fizzies, and just, paint with Junior, and you just wait. And then just send top to the go try to get some picks, and you basically, keep zone. As I say that though, really good pick by Cab, getting that expulsion there. We've seen this go down as well as Tatsu's going to try back up from
Ooh,
Fresh,
and
but
that's a
that's a
full
wipe
wipe
for
on
Deadlock.
Deadlock.
This is a
TTL
lockout
getting
heavy
that wipe, that was
situation.
really good.
Yeah, the Delivers needs to play lockout heavy now because now on this map it's pretty easy to reverse someone and give them their own medicine. But with the splasher there, it's going to be really hard for them. So he's got to play extremely well.
Yeah, that bomb rush might have come out a bit too early right now. If Bubbles and Splashes do come out from the side of Deadlock, that bomb rush would have been useful in that situation. But you see right now, Mystic maybe going down. Two down outside TTL. Right now, Deadlock coming back in. They also get another one, and this might be here a delayed wipe. Yeah, it's a delayed wipe on TTL. And Deadlock has control once again. Like, just the comp for Deadlock is just so busted on this map. You can easily get zone, you can easily push from top mid. It's just superior in every way, even if they're not playing perfectly. As I say that, pretty much 3 down again on the side of TTL. But even if not playing perfectly, they can just come back in with bubble splashdown, whatever else specials they need, and just get zone again.
Yeah, and it just seems like Thick Delivers are just pretty much feeding at this point, not getting their specials, not being calm on us. So they're in a state of panic and just can't see their way out as 2 people going down on their side. It's going to be the game.
It is going to be game. Tots, you're going to take one against Fresh. Gets the pick on Fresh, and 2-1. That's game. And Deadlock.
Deadlock wins
3-0
the set.
TTL. And, well, sorry to say it, but that's TTL season over. They're now finished 2-3, and there is no chance for them to get out of regular season.
Much.
That's unfortunate.
Especially now. Yeah, especially now because as far as my concern, Thick Delivers still hasn't played Eclipse. They haven't played them yet, right?
No, I will.
Yeah.
They're in the opposite bracket.
They're in the opposite groups.
Yeah, I know, but they still got to play y'all, don't they?
I
gotta
mean,
play Eclipse,
it would
right?
be fun.
I would think they would still have to play Eclipse because they have 4 weeks or something like that. So that's still an L.
mean,
it's going to be really hard for them to come back. But like you said, it's pretty much the season end for them. And I feel like that this week here is the best platoon I've seen them play, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I thought Deadlock was going to come in here, wipe these guys in, not too long, pretty much like what Outcast did to TTL. But, TTL definitely putting up much more of a fight than did against Outcast. They knew this week mattered, especially more than the last week's. But, unfortunately, just Deadlock is just the better team. And, they just couldn't get out the win.
They also put out really great comps, that were actually a little stage specific. You rarely see that these days, of just stage specifics.
Yeah, Expo is extremely underrated on some maps, but Wahoo Clan Blitz and Zone Skipper, just paired with stuff like Machine and its Fizzies and Junior, it's just pain and pressure, and unless you have someone to counter that, you're going to lose against that comp. You cannot win against that comp unless the other team completely screws up. You saw it there. TTL, I think, had 2 opportunities to get a lockout, and that was when players from Deadlock overextended. But when Deadlock eventually just didn't overextend, there was nothing TTL could do. They just could not get out. They couldn't find a way to get any picks on Deadlock, and Deadlock just played zone. They just zoned them out with their range and just spam bombs, spammed explosion shots, had Tatsu just rush up and pick anyone dropping, and that was it.
Yeah, Explo, paired with Slayer weapons that can get easy kills is a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Especially on that map with all the ledges and arcs and stuff. And
yeah,
advantage.
It's really scary.
Yeah. Well, I'd say we can end off the stream here in a minute, but before we do, of course, mandatory advertisement. Pretty much coming Friday is going to be Amateur League once again. Jam-packed action as per usual. Probably right now the best league we've gotten. Literally has had no issues so far, I think, except one, and that was lag issues. But that set was still played on stream even then. So come check that out. It's going to be hella good. Meanwhile, again, on the Saturday is going to be week 5, aka the last week of regular season for Academy, and after that,
Woo!
playoffs are going to be beginning. So tune in for that as well. And not sure, but possibly we might have another podcast with Luke and Zach coming on Sunday. But
Make
if that does happen, Luke will announce it himself. But yeah, that's about it. If there's anything else, Silver and Stormy, you guys want to say, say it right now.
well, to
Uh,
join in on that podcast, actually, just make sure to join our Discord and just yeah, hop into the podcast voice channel, and Luke and Zach will move you in.
indeed. And well, that's pretty much it. Just supported us on Friday. We got the amateur, some good action there. So probably the best action as of right now. As of right now. So, yeah.
Well, it has been fun, guys. And
Yep.
it we will all see you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye.